Hey, what's up everybody? Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome back to our Monster Energy Supercross 2, the official video game career mode series. Today, rounds number 7, 8, and 9 of the 450 championship. And I think round 1 is Dallas, round 2 Atlanta, maybe? But I don't know, we'll see. We'll just go ahead and jump into it right now, why don't we? Take on Blake Baggett in a little bit of time attack. Again, trying to get as much of my challenge credits up so that I can unlock those last tier levels of my training, so I can go through all the training, knock all that stuff out, and get my rider completely leveled up. So let's try to beat Baggett's time here on the SX2 layout. Still no idea why it puts in the training modes, it puts you in automatic shifting, like guaranteed. There's no way to fix that. I don't know why. But it's pretty cool. Since the patch came out on Monday, which we posted about on our Twitter and Facebook, that there's a patch released. And I think I talked about it actually in my video yesterday, but they've done a couple things, like even just with this track, there's like tough blocks and some new spots to kind of prevent you from cutting corners. So like even in this corner right here, these tough blocks on the inside were not there before. So now that's kind of cool. It shows you like an indication of where you can go and where you're not supposed to go. Those tough blocks weren't there either. So this is just kind of some cool things that they fixed up. Even this corner, I don't think there's any tough blocks. So they actually went in and did change a couple things that they didn't really talk about on the patch, I guess. I'm sure that there's like a full list of everything they updated, but on their actual press release about the patch, it really only detailed a couple of the few things that they fixed. Obviously, we talked about the netcode issues and the ability to get your, downloadable content in-game now. There's a couple things that they primarily looked at to fix. Barsha, biggest challenger here. And on the SX2 track. But I think overall they actually did try to go in and make like subtle fixes to things that a couple people were confused about. Because I remember on this track, I cut the track a lot. Or like not purposely trying to, but like ended up cutting the track because of not knowing where the actual corner was, and it got a little annoying. So I'm glad that they decided to, I guess, do away with that, fix it, what have you. And Barsha is not even close to me. I wonder if I can slow this pace down enough. I mean, I guess he's gonna start catching up to me. I was gonna try to see if I could slow it down enough to get over the finish line with like the time literally expiring. I mean, he is not going that fast. Can I slow him down even, or does he have to like actually pass me? Oh no. No, I gotta run him wide in this corner so we don't get to the line. No! No, he's gonna do it! No! Oh my gosh, he crossed the line with 1 second to go. I almost made it happen. Now I have to do 3 laps on this track? Man, come on, Justin. It's alright. We'll just pass him and make it easy. Let's whip on him. Oh, he tried to whip me, but no, I got him. Ooh, almost jumping off the track. It's actually a pretty good lap other than kind of the beginning of it. I think in my last video I was also telling you guys that I was able to run a 43 on this track. Not sure whether or not that's true or not. I really need to go back before I do these videos and remember what lap times I actually did on all these tracks. Dallas I don't have any knowledge for though, because I haven't done it yet on a 450. Like I've maybe played it once with my friends online, and I think that was when we were doing 250 races together. Still get the triple in. Got it. Stay a little bit lower. Bam. I'm going right over the camera here. All right, took down Justin Barsha. Nice and easy like. Now I'll move on to... Oh, I guess I get a training in here. So I still actually need quite a bit more experience to unlock that stuff, but we'll try to do the landing training in the meantime. Once we unlock the next tier, we also unlock the next track, which is the, you know, the track that goes through the cornfields, essentially. All right, so looks like there's 4 landings we're getting scored on here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Too far. Yeah, so 4 different landings that we're getting scored on here. Man, who would have thought that that landing would be over there? Okay. Okay. We'll make this happen. I don't like that this first section, it starts you, like, in second gear in the whoops. Like, at least put us in a gear that we can go through the whoops smoothly. Come on with the yellow. Restart. I'm landing on the green there, though. Oh my gosh, this one's annoying. Jesus. I was much better on the first one, just trying to hit the lines normally, I guess. Which I guess is what it wants you to do, but I just feel like I keep messing it up. How is that? I don't get it. I want to know what it determines as like your landing pad. Like, is it the exact center of the bike, where the exact center of the bike is when you land? Because I feel like I'm landing on these with my wheels, but it's like, what? And I didn't get either of those. What the heck? And it's given me 7 attempts, I guess, but still, like, it doesn't make any sense. I feel like I'm landing at least on the right spot with my wheels. It must just be where the center of the bike is. Like, see, that's green. How is that red, though? Like, I don't understand how that is a red landing. Of course. Alright, one more try. Don't get how that's yellow at all, but whatever. Oh my god. Exactly, there's a green landing. And try to land on this one. I haven't even hit it since the very beginning. We got green on that one, so that's cool. 9 points. I guess I'll take it. Take those 2 stars. All right, Dallas. AT&T Stadium, first, like, real football stadium of the season that... Oh, no, Houston is too. My mistake. Thinking about this year's Supercross, 2019 Supercross. I guess Minneapolis was the first true football stadium. I know technically you can classify Glendale as a football stadium, but the floor space is gigantic compared to most stadiums because they take the field out of the stadium, so have a tough time saying that about it. All right, let us wait till that 10-second mark and go ahead and head down into turn number 1. Hopefully the tough blocks don't change up on me and screw me. No, we're good. So let's see if I can run these guys down here at Dallas. Couple cheeky lines you can take here that the AI definitely cannot do. And I mean, for one, they can't seem to figure out how to clear any jump on the first lap of any race at all. It's just a tragedy for them to clear jumps on the first lap. I mean, I just went from last to 11th here in like no time at all. And then they're still ridiculously fast in the corners, which I don't get at all. Like, it's impossible for me to turn as sharp as they do in that corner and they just make it like no problem. Like, yeah, we're good. That's kind of, I would say, the most annoying thing about the AI is that they do things that like you don't do. So like they turn way sharper. They don't jump things that like you just kind of easily jump. Like their tracking is, it seems to be kind of like not correct for the AI. I don't know why. I don't know why they chose to do it that way, but it is what it is, I suppose. Like, look at, I mean, like I'm OJing that triple, and those guys, none of them cleared it this lap. All right, up to 4th. I'm riding like absolute garbage, but that's okay. As we're just clicking through all these dudes. All right, who's leading? Sealy? Sealy, Baggett, Muscan? Oh, Baggett, look at that. Baggett going 2-3. Big boy lines out here. Oh my gosh, almost quadded that by mistake. And into the lead we go. Triple, double out. Kind of have to case that triple to keep going fast through that section. I had a question on the channel come up in my video yesterday, by the way, about how is it that I turn so fast in the game? And like, I don't know, like I feel that's been something that a lot of people have complained about with the game, is like the turning physics and how hard they are. But I mean, one thing you really need to understand about this game is they slowed it down on purpose in the corners to kind of mimic how fast you need to go in real life through the corners. Like you can't blow through the corners in this game like you totally could in the first one. Like you could absolutely destroy corners in the first game. This one, you have to slow down to make a corner, and I know that ideally you would like it to be able to kind of turn on a dime and leave a nickel change, but you do have to kind of slow up to a kind of optimal speed in your corners to be able to hit them properly. So when I make it through a corner and I look like really smooth like I did right there, it's because I'm actually going the speed that it wants you to for that corner. I'm leaned over, giving it all the beans, like bars turned, everything as far as I can, and all I'm doing is just kind of blipping the throttle through the corner and like managing how fast I can go through a corner. You can also use the rear brake to slide the tail end of the bike in, but for whatever reason the rear brake seems to really slow up your just like your rider's momentum. Like I guess because it's just killing the bike engine and the clutch does almost nothing to bring the revs back up. So when you're on the rear brake, like there's just nothing happening, nothing good is going on, and that's why I don't usually use that technique. Another question I had was you know, someone asked me was, how often do you use the rear brake versus the front brake? Honestly speaking, I almost never use the rear brake in this game. I have the brakes on different buttons, but I seriously maybe touch the rear brake only a few times, maybe coming off of a long straightaway to get braked for a corner a little bit harder. I don't usually use it coming into a corner because I've noticed it's a lot better for your corner speed to kind of just carry your momentum in and be able to get like slowed to the perfect speed right at the apex of the corner and bring it down off the top. So I mean, I don't know if that's like the answer you're looking for when it came to like what's my corner speed, like how am I doing my corner speed, but it's kind of just the process that I choose to do it with. And maybe because I've played it as much as I have already, I've kind of learned that trait. So I guess my advice to you would be just like keep practicing getting into corners deep and trying to get slowed down right at the very top of the corner so that you can turn down and kind of power out of it instead of get your braking done before the corner and then trying to rip through the corner. That logic does not work in this game. You definitely need to get slowed up at the proper amount of like time coming into the corner and then kind of bring it around. I wish that there was a way to get more experience in this game. It seems like doing these challenges over and over again, like it just doesn't seem to gain me worthwhile experience. And it's, as far as I can tell, it's the only way to gain experience other than doing the races, which gives me a little bit of experience, but not much. So I just have to keep doing these challenges and then hope it works out. All right, 1v1 challenge, Marvin Muscan on a wet outdoor track here, or I guess it's the Supercross 3 track. This track to me feels not like a Supercross track because so much of the track is like, it doesn't feel like there's many rhythm lanes to it or anything like that. It just feels like it's an outdoor track with some big jumps on it. At least in my opinion. You could have a different opinion. Man, Marvin is absolutely tiptoeing in his jorts through that corner, man. Speed it up. Tip that KTM to its side and go for it, buddy. Yeah, the rain does not slow you down enough in this game. It slows you down, I feel like, more than the first game did. Like, I don't feel like I'm able to do as many big lines as I could in the rain in Monster Energy Supercross 1. So I'm not sure why that is. I'm not, like, I don't quite get the logic behind, you know, did they really change the physics engine up enough that it altered the feel of the bike? Because I can still do most of the lines, but it just doesn't feel as fast for whatever reason. Or is it that it does actually slow you down a little bit more and you just kind of can feel that drag as you're playing? But I mean, even so, like, my lap time on this track is still not terribly far off than the lap I was able to do in the dry on this track, so they definitely need to, if they're gonna make it so that it's raining hard in this game, which it can do. Like, this isn't super hard rain, it feels like, but it can definitely rain very hard in the game. They have to make it so, like, different levels of rain slow you down, kind of like the Formula 1 games. When it's really pouring, you have to go on full wet tires and the track is just absolutely a slosh fest, versus when it's kind of drizzling and you go on intermediate tires and there's some drying spots of the track and things like that. Similar to that in Supercross, like, you have these, like, half mudders in real life, like Anaheim 1, where it's, like, raining but everybody's still doing the jumps, kind of like what the physics do for you in this game when it comes to rain races. But there's also the full mudders like San Diego, or everybody always talks about Daytona 2008, where it's like, it is so wet, it is so sloshy, there's puddles everywhere that you can't do, like, any of the jumps, like maybe one or two of the doubles if you're lucky in a rhythm lane. That's something that I kind of almost hope they would implement in the game. Not that I'm a big fan of, like, slow motion mud racing, but it's true to form about what happens in real life. Like, it's cool that they give us the mud races, but that's another level if they could go a little bit deeper with the mud that I think would be cool of them to add into the game. Like, look at right there. I just did a 1:20 lap time, and normally I do about 1:15s maybe on this track, so definitely cruising, really. Cruising for a bruising. All right, so let me actually take a look. Can I look at the training status? All right, cool. So I need to get another 1,800 experience to get to this level. I just keep getting 250 experience each time I do these races. And it seems like head-to-heads are the only ones it gives me anymore, but my rivalries are so small with all the riders because all I keep doing is challenges. There we go, Compound SX2 track. Maybe I can hold Baggett off for much of the lap like I was trying to do with Barsha. Let's keep block passing him in all the corners. I mean, it's kind of working. It slows him down a little bit, I guess. I feel like the AI in general are very slow in the corners on this track. Like, on the straightaways, he's going pretty good. He's going a pretty good clip here, but in the corners, he's terrible. Oh, he just, like, boosted me onto this tabletop. Okay. Jump to the inside, block pass. We got way too much time left on the clock, huh? Oh no, maybe not. Maybe not. I think we got too much time on the clock. Yep, he's gonna make it. Golly! Alright, hot lap time. Triple cross here. Tuck inside. Ah, tough block. It really, honestly, to me, it's very annoying that if you just hit the tough block at the, like, even just graze it with the front end of your bike, if you hit that little front notch, immediate fall off. Like, that, I don't know if the game's just programmed to be that way or if it just, like, assumes that because you hit the front of it, you're going to have a sudden stop. But, I mean, I've seen plenty of guys in real life hit a tough block with their fork guards, which is what I feel like I'm doing on a lot of these, and just kind of push it forward. And yeah, it slows you down a lot, but it's not a fall off. Like, I'm okay if I hit a tough block and it just makes me come to like almost a stop, because the fall off crashes in this game really do cost a lot of time. Learned that lesson the hard way in the DMR series. So that's a little fix that I would hope that they'd change up. Yeah, we're just out here crushing Baggett. Really, my best time was only a 49. When did I crash on that lap or something? Felt like I could have gotten pretty close to a 43 there. 44, mid 44. Big whipper tail over the finish line. Another 250 EXP. So I guess for the next little bit here, I guess I just have to keep doing the challenges. Face off against these guys. All right, Raymond James Stadium, Tampa. I'm going to try to do a few different rhythms through the first rhythm lane because this is kind of the time maker on this track at least. And again, I had a question asked about, can I do the 3-4 on the first rhythm on this track in this game? And the answer is yes, and I'll try to show that off to the best of my abilities. Got to let these guys go first though. Give them 10 seconds and try to run through them. And off we go. All right, maybe I'll try to do it first lap so I just get it out of the way here. But basically what you got to do, go way out to the Suzuki tough block, arc your corner down, wheelie in 3, and then in second gear land and get the 4. And you can 4 out if you get the 4 really smoothly, but actually next lap through I'll try to scrub that quad because I got a pretty good drive on it that lap. If I scrub it, I stay much lower to the ground and I'm able to get that drive for the quad out, as I mentioned. You can do it though, I promise. I probably won't do it in this video now that I'm gonna actually try to do it. Like if I was just flowing and not thinking about it, I'd be like, oh yeah, quad, cool. But I promise it's possible. Ooh, Cunningham riding the nose. Let's see, I mean, like, if that was us, we'd have rode the nose and went right over the berm because we can't stop when we're riding the nose. But the AI, for some reason, can just come to this perfect, nice stop. And it doesn't make any sense to me that they wouldn't program to be similar to what we are. Ah, holy cow, Bloss 5ing? What? Bloss just went 5-3. What the heck just happened there? Goodness. By the way, sand right or far right or far left side, third or fourth gear, lean back, never stop leaning back. You will blow everybody's doors off. It's incredible. All right, up to fourth now. Don't jump off the track, come on. All right, let's try to get this line again. Ah, too far. But you can see, like, if you can scrub that middle quad, downside it's smooth enough. It really is possible. I'm trying to think if there's another line that I know that's really fast through there. I mean, you can kind of like get your front tire over that first single and almost like whoop through the first couple jumps, and then you end up tripling on off and quadding. But I don't know if it's that much cooler or better or anything. It's just something else you can do. Man, Sealy is just crushing it in these races right now. Is he second in the standings too, or what? It's like consistently we're seeing Marvin, we're seeing even Reed and Sealy up here, lap after lap, race after race. Didn't quite get the landing of the quad in the middle there as nice as I'd like to. So third, right or left side, just lean back all the way through, and you kind of just stay on top of the sand, like you don't sink into it like everybody else is. There's a 54 flat. Can I get into the 53s on the last lap? Let's try it too. Got to put my focus face on though. I'm gonna have that DMR series race kind of put out semi-raw footage of it, hopefully simultaneously with this video. So if you're watching this video now, that footage may be out, and you'll notice in that video I just like don't talk much at all during the race. Kind of like MX Simulator, and the reason why I don't normally film myself playing the game in a race atmosphere is it just like you get in this zone where like you don't want to talk. You feel like if you start talking, you're just going to be saying nothing because you're too focused about the race. So it honestly may not be that entertaining to watch, other than that it was good close racing with a bunch of dudes online in this pro race. But it's just kind of the way it goes, I guess. Man, this is going to turn into a long video just to do 3 races. I guess those challenges take up a ton of time. VP Racing Fuels ended, but I'm trying to stick with them for the full series because it's an achievement to do so. Alright, so challenge, training, and another challenge. And then Atlanta, which is, I guess, another Triple Crown, huh? Man, these Triple Crowns just keep coming at me. This is going to be a very long video. Alright, who wants to be challenged? Reed, I guess? 80%? SX2 track? Nope, SX1 track. Rain, wet, dry. What's it gonna be? It's roulette, dry. Oh, Reedy boy, and he's on the Husky in this game. And he's actually, I think he's on the factory edition Husky, which he didn't get till very late in the season. Like he rode the stock 2018 Husqvarna most of the year last year, and then very late in the season got the factory edition, aka the Rockstar edition Husqvarna that he bought to race with. So pretty much rode for Husky all last year, and Husky never helped him. Now ends up back on factory Suzuki. That was a terrible lap, but at least I still got the win. Still just doing one-handers. Crushing that XP though. So let me take a look at the training status again before. Oh, I'm about to go into training, so why not? Still need another 700 to get to the next one. What haven't I finished? Lean 5 maybe? We'll do. Excuse me. Alright, so what is this one? Alright, that was simple. I don't know how I didn't get that. I seriously... Oh, I remember, because I ended up getting like 5.499 and it gave me the 3 stars on this screen, but it didn't give me the 3 stars on the training screen. So I remember that faux pas. And another challenge. 55% from Sealy, so we'll take him on. SX2. Yep. You can kind of tell based on like the caliber of the rider, I guess, which track you end up training against them on. Because like usually you'll face off against the privateers on the SX1 track, the like second tier factory riders on the SX2 track, and then your top 450 guys or 250 guys, I guess, on the SX1 track for these time attack challenges. So it's interesting that they put Reed on the SX1 track, but makes sense for Sealy being like the number 2 rider at Honda, even though Kenny's not in this game per se. but why they would have me face off against him on this track, and then like if I were to go against Marvin, which I think I did on the SX3 track. You know, he's like a top tier guy, so it puts you on the more difficult track, I guess, to face off against him. Something I noticed. Don't know how much it holds true, but I think that's pretty much how it goes. All right, is this lap, oh, well, I was gonna say, is this lap gonna be good enough to beat him? I don't know if it will be now. Yeah, it still is, okay. Knack this time? As I'm going over backwards, we'll just, nice. Doglegging it. Rivalry with Cole Seeley, minus 50%. All right, Triple Crown at Hotlanta. Give them a 10-second head start on the first one. And then if I destroy them, I'll give them a 15-second head start on the second one. And again, if I destroy them, I'll give them a 20-second head start on the third one. We'll see, though. My oh my, this really is going to be a pretty long video today. I think my final video will definitely be the longest, though, because it's going to be the Triple Crown in Minneapolis will be one race. And, right, Minneapolis, wasn't that the last Triple Crown round? Anyway, that'll be one race, and then, well, I guess it won't be the longest per se, because it'll just be another Triple Crown, but it'll be 4 races as opposed to the 3 I have been doing. All right, so already on the back of the field, Jason Anderson hanging out back here for some reason. And we go 3, 4 on, off. Double, double through this rhythm. Swing wide, triple in. Double out. And we find ourselves up battling here for 5th with Elite Tomac. All right, got ahead of Pike for 4th before the end of the first lap. So definitely going to give them a little bit more of a head start next time. And you can triple out of this corner, triple in, and then it's really hard because that triple landing, like, it doesn't really work for you. Like, you have to get all the way over it or you bounce off of it. Some of these jumps, like, you can kind of like semi land on the downside or on the very top of them, and it'll still act as if you're going down the downside of it. I don't know if it's the way that they built that jump or what, but it just does not let you, if you come up a little bit short on it, kind of land down in the pocket still. But I'll see if I can at some point during this Triple Crown race get over it cleanly. Try to wait up in this last corner if I can. All right, we're good. White flag. So it's a little 3-lapper. Ooh, over the bar is hard. And Dino is just out of here, man. He's the only other guy this year that's won a race besides me in this career mode. Taking the lead and just taking off, I guess, huh? It's all right, we'll try to get him back. See, look at how fast they are in the corners. Like, I can't get to that inside and do that. I don't know how they have figured something out to be able to do that. That's why it's so much more fun playing this game online, really, because everybody else is doing the same things as you. Like, they're not, I mean, I guess some of us are doing like the scrub glitch thing. You just have to get semi-decent at corners to get the corners clean. But these guys are like basically never hitting berms and still going way faster than me through the corners. It's a little annoying, I'll say. All right, taking the win. Nicely done. Try to give them a 15-second head start this time around. See if I can go through them the same way. That first lap was crucial, though. I marched right on through the field in that first lap. No problem whatsoever. I really like the sound effects just off of that start alone. Like, it really sounds like revs coming up and down. Like, you know, like it's really supposed to sound in real life. I like that effect. To me, it sounds much more realistic than almost any other game I've played before in how the revs come up like that. And when the gate drops, it's actually quite a bit louder than it is sitting on the gate. I'll tell you, the only place that it's ever been really loud on the gate, almost as loud as once the gate drops and all the bikes are full song, is Loretta Lynn's. I went there in 2014, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if guys aren't like, you know, good about like tiptoeing and feathering the clutch on the line, or maybe it's because they have like the 5 board that goes to like the 1 board, and then you just have to give the revs up and go drop. But like, it's seriously like so loud next to the start line at Loretta's. I don't know why. Like, if you're next to the start line at a pro national, it honestly, like, when you're right next to the gate and the revs are coming up, it's not that loud. Like, it's louder than most things, but once the gate drops is when it's really loud. That's like the roar, if you will. You know, it's kind of just like that kind of noise. At Loretta's, it's like like, I know most of them are because they're like on super minis or whatever, but even in like the 250 A and B classes and you know, open pro sport and everything like that, they were still just revving the piss out of those 4-strokes before the gate dropped. And I just, like, I don't know, I guess I didn't really get it. Maybe it's a youth thing, or I don't know. All right, having a little tougher time coming through the field in this one, but making do. And oh boy, I guess this race is a tiny bit longer because, yeah, there's still quite a bit of time left on that one, and we only did a 3-lap race the first one. So up to 6 right here behind Devin Raper, who I actually had dinner with couple weeks back, I would say, 4 weeks back. Went out to dinner with my buddy Chris Riesenberg, and Devin Raper was there, and they're all chit-chatting about his injury and trying to get back to racing by the end of the season at some point. It was kind of cool. All right, making pretty decent work of these guys. I'm pretty sure I could still get to the front of these guys with a 20-second delay. I mean, I guess it'd be very close at the finish line, though, because I'm coming to the white flag, and I'm basically right on Cole Seeley now. Whereas, like, the first time I was passing him right before, I guess technically the white flag, but I guess the race would be a little bit longer, too, so that makes kind of some sense. Let's see if, now that I'm in a good position here, if I can get this triple in. Oh, man, just so close, but can't quite seem to get it. All right, we'll block Seeley, get the lead, try to go and win this thing. No, not gonna get around me, buckaroo. I'm getting this triple quad. Ooh, almost jumping off the track, clipping that Oakley Tough block. And over the line we go. Bam. 2 out of 2 victories. I was already leading the Triple Crown standings because I won the first Triple Crown, so this is really going to do wonders in guaranteeing me a victory here, because now I just pretty much need to finish top 5 in this last race and I'll get it. So you get 500 experience basically for winning each of these races, which I guess is decent, but I feel like you should get more. Like, I feel like you should get 2,000 experience for each race victory to help unlock those trainings. Because I'm like having to really grind through the trainings here. Like, it is taking a long time to do them. All right, last race, I'll give him a 20-second head start. Just waiting. Let's see, will they make it to the whoops before the 20 seconds, or are they still going to be in that rhythm section? I think they're still going to be in that rhythm section. 17, 18, 19, and 20. And they were maybe 4 seconds away from the whoops, 24 seconds to get to the whoops. All right, let's put on the game face here and try to come through the field. I mean, it was actually pretty close between me and Sealy there at the end, so I'm going to have to turn it up just a little bit, I feel like, in this one. Oh, there's that triple in. Triple, triple. Somehow going middle of the track worked better than swinging way out wide. Triple in here. All right, already catching the rear of the field. This is pretty decent first lap, to be fair, too, so. Doing some weird, wonky stuff in the air. Getting around Barsha and Brayton first. Or maybe. They're trying to fight back, but eventually they'll concede. And then blow by a couple guys in the whoops here. They're going to try to get me back on the inside. I'm going to cut under. And then everybody's messing up this rhythm section, so this is my biggest time saver here. Especially because they can't seem to get the outside 3 in right here. Here's Sealy way back here, so that's actually a big help for winning this thing. Triple in, down the inside. That was a pretty good lap, even with traffic, 54.9. Messed up a couple things at the beginning that if I'd cleaned up, I probably could have gotten closer to the 53s, but still a pretty good lap considering how much traffic was around me. Almost getting that triple in, but kind of tire tapping off the second one and getting it, I guess. Getting around the Rocky Mountain ATV MC KTM boys, aka the longest name. You even throw WPS in there a little bit because that's part of the official team name. Rocky Mountain ATV MC WPS KTM. Super long name. I guess it's nothing like Chad Reed when he was on Factory Yamaha and they were like Monster Energy, Yamalube, Yamaha Financial Services, 360 Fly, Yamaha Factory Racing Team or something like that. It was like a stupid long name. It was ridiculous. All right, final lap. Got to get Devin Raper and Jason Anderson to get this win. Now that's a sentence I don't think many people would have figured they'd utter. Oh man, sorry. I didn't mean to put him down. I was just trying to give him a little love tap. All right, Anderson's gonna mess up this rhythm, and this is where I'm gonna get him. 3 in, 4 on, off. Can almost get that 3 all the way off. And around the outside. Triple in, man, he almost actually got the triple in too. Ooh, it's getting frisky. Oh my goodness, the whip is into each other. Triple in here. And whoa-bam, absolutely crushing Jason Anderson out here. No chill, baby. Getting that dub, nice stuff. Lovely whip to boot as well. All right, absolutely crushing the Triple Crown here. Did some solid riding, I feel. And yeah, that was a fun video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Rounds number 7 through 9 of the series. Tomorrow will be rounds number 10 through 13, and then 14 through 17 to wrap up on Friday of our 450 career mode. And look at that there. That's actually hilarious. So because Bubba Pauly and Scott Champion were not in the first and now the second round for Pauly, and they only scored 22 points and 28 points respectively, it doesn't tally up some, randomly generated like number like a 40 or something to add to their scores. So here they are, they're second and third in the Triple Crown stand. That's pretty funny to me. I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and looking forward to finishing up this series the next couple days. So thanks for watching, and for Kellen here at Start Your Systems, I'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.